This is Inside Access with Ryan Waters.
Last year was a year of transition for the Okanagan Sun. The new head coach, new quarterbacks, and offensive coordinator. That said, the Sun were one win away from back-to-back Canadian Bowl appearances. They were 7-3 last year and were part of history, hosting the Saskatoon Hilltops in a CJFL interconference game at the Apple Bowl. Defensively, the Sun have always been one of the stingiest in the CJFL, and last year was no different. They allowed the second fewest points in the conference, giving up 21 points per game. Linebacker Lane Hall was named the Conference Defensive Player of the Year, and the D-line caused havoc on opposing offenses led by Jonas Gearing and Lucas Machado. Offensively, the Sun gathered almost 29 points a game with a number of weapons, and with the late addition of Rashawn Simonized, the Sun set themselves up nicely for a run at the Cullen Cup that ultimately ended just short. But that was then, and this is now. Head coach Ben McCauley is back in the driver's seat and is excited for the new season. Gone is starting quarterback Foster Martins and Mr. Everything Casey Russell, along with Simonized on the offensive side. While defensively, Hall, Gearing, Machado, and veteran Jamie Turek have all graduated. Keith Zyla becomes the number one quarterback for the Sun entering his fourth season and is a dual threat to run or pass. A year ago, in limited action, he threw for 724 yards and 6 touchdowns and ran for 235 yards and 4 majors. When he does hand the ball off, last year's leading rusher Brendan Hansen returns. He rushed for 518 yards and had a major. Joining him in the backfield is Tanner Sudo from Lethbridge, who has represented Canada at international competition and is internationally decorated in judo. When Zyla does drop back to pass, he'll be looking for Shamar Donaldson or Kyler Mosley. Combined, they collected 41 receptions for 648 yards last season. The Sun have always been very fortunate to have a plethora of receivers, and this year will be no different. On the defensive side, Coach McCauley is pleased to have defensive back Beck Fullerton leading the secondary in his final season. Last year, he tallied 6 interceptions, 2 of them returned for touchdowns. At linebacker, Connor Richard is back after a dynamite first season that saw him collect 22 tackles, had a sack, 2 blocks, and 3 picks. Mitch Lyons joins the Sun from the University of Saskatchewan and will be ready immediately on the defensive line, while Jake Erickson from Calgary is already drawing comparisons to All-Canadian Brendan Van Nistelrooy at just 18 years of age. The Sun will open the new campaign on Saturday, July 29th, when they welcome in the West Shore Rebels in a rematch of last year's Cullen Cup.
CJFL Inside Access with Ryan Waters.